America is not a racist country.
Many of you might remember the story of Nicki Minaj's father. He was a victim of a hit and run, and this is the man that actually killed him. That you see, he has on the mask right here, and that's his mugshot. So he ran over Nicki Minaj's dad, and he kept going. And I think what's an even bigger travesty of justice is the sentence that he received. And Nicki Minaj's mom is very, very upset. That was her husband, you know, and you want to see justice, and it just all rigged up in the criminal system. The criminal justice system is very rigged in America. And if you're looking for justice, and you are, even if you come from an island, if you're looking for justice, you won't get it in the court systems in America. So the driver in a hit and run that killed Nicki Minaj's father is sentenced to 1 year. He gets 1 year in prison. 1 year for a hit and run. Okay. And you can best believe he won't be doing the full year. They'll get him out long before the year is up. So, a driver in a hit and run crash that killed the father of rapper Nicki Minaj last year was sentenced Wednesday to 1 year in jail, in keeping with a promise the judge made when the man pled guilty in May. Charles Polevich, who pled guilty to leaving the scene and tampering with evidence in the crash on a New York Long Island. So he was apparently, her father was out walking, and he was killed. His name was Robert Maraj. And he was also ordered to pay a $5,000 fine and had his driver's license suspended for 6 months. So when he's done with his year, he can just get right on the road like nothing ever happened. Polevich lawyer Mark Gann suggested his client may have had a medical issue at the time of the crash, and that he wasn't fully aware of what had happened when he fled. Well, if you tampered with evidence, then you had to know what happened. They said he also tampered with evidence. So, how were you not aware if you tampered with evidence? I'm just asking. Okay. Polevich, 72, said in court that he had been heartsick since realizing the extent of the tragedy, and that there was no excuse for his behavior. So, Nicki Minaj's mother, Carol Maraj, she said in court that Polevich left her husband like a dog on the streets, and that sparing him a longer jail sentence was a slap in her face, slap in the face of her family. This is what she told Newsday. It is a slap in the face. 1 year, a $5,000 fine, and you get your license back in 6 months. That's not a punishment. So when Polovic struck Nicki Minaj's father, he was 64 years old. Wow, that's not really, in today's standards, 64 is really not that old. Mm-mm-mm. So he was struck while walking around Roslyn Road, and this happened in February of 2021. And it says Polevich briefly stopped to ask Robert Maraj if he was okay, but didn't call for help, prosecutor said. Then how are you not aware of what happened? Oh my god. Instead, Polovic went home and parked the car. All right, so he was driving a white 1992 Volvo station wagon. Mm-mm-mm. So he put the car, ladies and gentlemen, in his garage and covered the car up with a tarp. But you want us to believe he was having a medical episode and he didn't know what was going on. All of these things indicate that he was fully aware of what he did. So, Robert Maraj was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead the next day. Prosecutors sought a sentence of 1 to 3 years behind bars, but Nassau County Judge Howard Sturham said in May that Polovic pled guilty, that he would get no more than a year in jail. So they tried to go for up to 3 years, and the judge wanted him only to have 1 year. So the judge really decided in this whole thing. Mm-mm-mm. Brendan Brosh, a spokesperson for Nassau County District Attorney's Office, said, given the severity of the defendant's conduct, prosecutors felt a stiffer sentence was warranted. And I sure believe that too. 1 year is way too lenient. And they want to insult our intelligence and make us believe he didn't know what was going on. He had enough sense to go home, put the car in the garage, and cover it up. He had enough sense to ask Robert Maraj if he was okay before he left the scene. So he was aware. All right, he was aware. Don't be trying to act all brand new now. We continue to express our condolences to the family of Robert Maraj. And to me, if you're not going to give justice, why continue to express condolences? And you know what? You know why they do that, y'all? Because they know what they're doing is wrong, but they don't care enough to do the right thing. Gann asked for a 90-day jail sentence, arguing that other factors outside of Polovich control were partially to blame for the crash, including road construction, street lights that weren't working, and Mirage's physical condition. So Carol Maraj is suing Polovich over the crash. So she's going to go after him civilly, which I don't blame her because she sure did not get any justice in the courthouse at all. Polovich, who had been splitting time between Long Island and Guam, where he runs a drilling and water purification business, surrendered to police a few days after the crash. Detectives said they used pieces of surveillance video to track the Volvo involved in the crash. So that's how they were able to track him down. Mm-mm-mm. So, of course, Nicki Minaj is upset and she calls her father's death the most devastating loss of her life. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. You know, but y'all, please tell me what you think about this. This is not justice at all. It is not justice. It is just one more tragedy where a person that really should get the book thrown at them, they are getting the lightest sentence known to mankind for what they did. Only in America. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. And my condolences to Nikki's mother, Carol, and her family, because how do you get over or find closure when the court was so lenient in the case of the death of your father? You won't. Peace, family.